My roommate told her boyfriend I barely contribute to the apartment. I moved out, and she realized I was paying 80% of everything. I was putting groceries away when I heard Bianca on the phone with her boyfriend Leo in her bedroom. The walls in our apartment were paper thin. She was laughing, saying how lucky she was that rent was so cheap that she basically lived for free while I barely contributed anything. Alex just kind of exists here, you know? I handle everything important. I stood there holding a bag of groceries I'd just spent $200 on. The same groceries I bought every week for the past 2 years. The same weeks I'd been paying $2,400 in rent while she paid $800. The same months I'd covered utilities, internet, and streaming services because she was saving for a car. That night, I started documenting everything. Every receipt, every Venmo transaction, every bill with my name on it. Turns out, I'd been paying 80% of everything while she told people I barely contributed. I didn't confront her. I just started looking for new places. Found a studio apartment across town, smaller but all mine, and signed the lease within a week. I gave Bianca exactly 30 days notice, the legal minimum. She laughed when I told her I was moving out. You'll be back. You can't afford to live alone. I didn't bother correcting her. I just started packing. She kept making jokes about how I'd struggle without her keeping the place together, how I'd probably forget to pay bills and get evicted. I nodded and kept loading boxes. 2 days before I moved out, I forwarded her every single receipt and bill from the past 2 years. Rent payments showing $2,400 versus her $800. Grocery receipts totaling $18,000 that I'd paid alone. Utility bills, internet, renter's insurance, all in my name. The streaming services she watched every night. The furniture I'd bought that filled our living room. I attached a simple note. Good luck handling everything important. Moving day, I took everything I'd paid for. The couch, the TV, the coffee table, the kitchen table and chairs, the good pots and pans, the dishes that weren't plastic, the bathroom organizers, the cleaning supplies, even the toilet paper holder I'd installed. Bianca watched from her bedroom doorway as movers carried out load after load. You're taking everything, she said, voice small. I looked at her. Just taking what barely contributes. The apartment looked completely different when I finished. Empty living room except for her beanbag chair. Kitchen had her 2 plates, 1 pan, and some bent forks. Bathroom had the basic fixtures and nothing else. She stood in the middle of the empty living room, staring around in shock. I didn't realize you bought all this. I was already walking out the door. Most people don't realize until it's gone. Week 1 in my new place, my phone stayed quiet. I figured Bianca was too proud to reach out. Week 2, Leo called me 6 times. I didn't answer. He left a voicemail saying Bianca was freaking out because the landlord wanted the full rent amount. Apparently she'd told the landlord I was moving but staying on the lease, which was a complete lie. Now she owed $200 for rent instead of $800 and had no money saved because she'd been spending freely while I covered everything. She'd have to pay my portion plus hers or face eviction. Week 3, the internet got shut off because she didn't know the account was in my name. She'd never paid it, never even seen the bill. She called the company trying to turn it back on and they told her she'd need to open a new account with a $300 deposit plus first month payment. She didn't have it. Month 2, I got a text from her at 2 a.m. The rent is too high. Can you help me find a roommate? I didn't respond. She texted again the next day. I can't afford this place alone. I thought you were only paying like $1,000. I finally replied. I was paying $2,400 plus all utilities and groceries. You were living in a luxury apartment for $800 a month. Now you know what it actually costs. She tried calling after that. I blocked her number. Leo called from his phone. You're being petty. She made a mistake. Can't you just move back and work it out? I told him exactly what I'd been paying versus what she'd been paying. He went quiet. She told me you guys split everything 50-50. I laughed. She told you a lot of things that weren't true. He hung up. Week later, he broke up with her. Guess he didn't appreciate being lied to either. Month 3, I saw the apartment listing online. Bianca had moved out and the landlord was looking for new tenants. The listing mentioned previous tenant broke lease early, left the place empty. I was sitting in my studio with my couch, my TV, my kitchen table, eating food I'd bought with my own money, watching shows on streaming services only I used. My phone buzzed. Bianca's mom somehow got my number. My daughter is staying with me now. She had to break her lease and lost her deposit. She's struggling. Can you at least give her the furniture back since you don't need all of it in that tiny place? I blocked that number too. 3 months later, I'm still in my studio.